Okay, so my cup. I'm like eating some graham crackers, but I just want to touch on this subject for just a second because I don't really want the negative feedback I'm probably gonna get for saying this to get be overwhelming or anything, but it really gets to me and it really carries me when people don't know you and people say things to you and I mean in a way that they think that they know you just because they see you, you know, they talk to you on Facebook or they see you on these YouTube videos and they see you do these, you know, photo shoots and things of that nature. They want to talk to you as if though like they think that you can never have a problem or you can never be unhappy about something. Um, when in actual reality, last time I checked, I was human and my blood bleeds red just as anybody else's. Um, I don't think because I'm pretty or because you think that I'm pretty that I should be put up on a higher pedestal than anybody else. And for you to sit there and say that, oh, you shouldn't be unhappy about anything, look at you, or oh, you shouldn't be unhappy, look at these people love you. Well, I mean, I know that, but don't you have to love yourself too? So, I mean, people have moments. Everybody has their moment, and everybody has things that irritate them. And that just happens to be one that irritates me. I think it's very pathetic for people to think that just because you're pretty or just because you are doing certain things in your life that you should be happy all the time. No, I have downers. I have moments where I don't want to deal with certain things, and I mean, I'm going to express it. What other way am I going to get my point across if I don't express it? And don't look at me like I'm crazy when I do tell you that I'm upset about something or I do say that I don't like something. I mean, what the fuck? I'm carried. It carries me. Like, I'm like carried over it because it's just stupid. My phone is ringing. I'm sorry. It's always ringing all the time. Thing is, I mean, you sit around, you think you're all that, and you know you have your head in the clouds. No one's really gonna take you serious. No one's gonna pay you any attention. They're gonna look at you and say, "Oh, look, fake catty little girl," or whatever words you want to put on it, queen, fake he she, you want to be whatever you want to call it. Um, it's whatever. I mean, I'm gonna be real, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna say what it is that I have to say. I'm going to have my meltdowns. I'm going to not want to talk to you. I mean, I have those moments. I'm not a freaking mannequin. Like, I mean, I don't get where you come off talking to me. Like, this is from people telling me these things. And then, like, there's another thing. I created this thing called a Forum Springs. I'm sure you all know what it is, where people go and ask you questions. Okay. The one thing I wish they would delete immediately, delete, cancel, just stop is the anonymous button on that shit because that gets on my goddamn nerves. I'm so carried over it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be about it. I want people to own up to what they got to say because a lot of people say some rude shit and they don't have the guts or the balls to sit there and back it up. And I'm sick and tired of, I mean, getting these questions. Yeah, there's the delete button, but I mean, at least I'm man enough to answer every single post. I said I would when I made it, and I'm sticking to it. I intend to answer every single post you put up. I know there's going to be some shady people out there. There always will. Without you, most of us wouldn't be what we are today. But on that note, I'm going to stop talking about this because I don't want people to feel like I'm burning their ears or anything. And I just don't want to harp on it. I mean, I think that pretty people have hard lives too. I mean, just because you're pretty, you shouldn't be put up on a pedestal. Um, I think that people who are pretty and they know that they are going through things, I think they should talk about it. I don't think that they should just be like, oh well, people look at me wrong or people look at me funny if I talk about it. It's not a matter of that. It's not a matter of image. Image is no longer a problem or an issue once you're having something go on in here or once your something in your heart is wrong. I mean, it's about yourself then. It's not about what you look like in front of other people or what you come off as. It's about getting it out and getting the help that you need. So, for people who feel like they can't talk or anything, I encourage you to do those things and get your point across because if you don't, who else will? And the thing is, you might think that it's hurting you, or you might think that opening up is making it hard for you or making you vulnerable, but it's not. It's making people understand who you are as a person and what you want to become because nobody's going to understand anything about you if you don't tell anybody anything about you. If you just stand around, the picture speaks 1,000 words, but your mouth can tell a lot. Um, so you should be mindful of those things. I mean, I think everybody's pretty in their own way. I think some just happen to look better than others. No shade. But, I mean, I don't really know what people think of me unless they say it, and most do happen to say that I'm very attractive or that I'm very pretty in their words. Um, but I mean, it took me a long time to realize that I should be more open and more honest with myself and with others because people really do look at people and say, oh, they're just pretty, and they just see the outside. They don't ever see what people really are. And it's very uncomfortable and it's very, I mean, honestly, it's very disappointing because you get this whole concept of what I'm supposed to be or who I am by just what I look like. And that's not fair to me, nor is it fair to you because you're not getting who I am or understanding who I could be. So, my friend Darrell, you carry me. Um, on that note, I'm just gonna end this video and I'm gonna move on. And I hope that in light of my words, someone listens and someone cares um, to share their own issues and stories and not rely on the fact that they're beautiful or their beauty to get them answers because it doesn't answer anything. It just makes a pretty picture. So, yeah, carried. Um, I'm Bleigh. You guys know who I am. And yes, I'm rambling again, but some of you love it, some of you hate it, but I'm still gonna do it. So, peace out. A Town Down. Carried.